started with the countdown, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, sure. But we got to do the Drake and Josh one.
We got to do the Drake and Josh one because
it's not iCarly.
Yeah. Well, I thought you were gonna say because we're the two boobs, but
oh no, that works too. I just forget about that sometimes.
Okay, our audio seems good. Hello, everyone.
Good.
Welcome back.
Me when I find a way. I find a way.
I find a way. Welcome back to Danganronpa.
For the last time.
For the first game.
Yeah.
Hopefully. It's time.
Despairfully.
I got 19 saves. If we don't save another time. I'll probably save like just to have one last save at the end, I don't know, but 19 total saves before the final class trial, using a different save slot every time. It didn't matter. I'm never gonna play this again, probably.
What? You're not gonna? Well, never mind.
You're
not gonna complete a social link and get the special reward?
I don't really care that much. I don't.
Yeah, you can always go to the wiki, I guess.
Oh. But last time was right after the previous class trial, which was a sham. It was a setup. It was made with the sole purpose of killing Kyoko, and then when that couldn't happen because we lied, to kill Makoto. But Makoto got out of it because Alter Ego showed up and saved him at the last second. And then Kyoko found him. And then they went and confronted Monokuma, and they were like, let us try one more time. We'll have one more class trial, and if we can prove you're wrong, you're the blackened and you die. And if we lose, all of us get to die. And Monokuma was like, sure, let's do it. But you don't just have to solve the murder. You have to solve every mystery that's been plaguing the school this whole time. And Kyoko and Makoto were like, all right, sure. And so we did some investigating. We did some looking around. We figured out some stuff. We got some clues into what's been going on with the headmaster. We found some weird lockers that had people's stuff in them that no one remembered was in there. Kyoko showed us a video of all of the students saying, yeah, I'm gonna stay in Hope's Peak, and I know I might have to stay there for the rest of my life. And everyone was like good with that. And so Makoto was like, what? What's going on? What's happening? And then also everyone else like got freaked out by us at the very end because they were stupid and let Monokuma control their emotions. But
yeah.
Well, and now we're at the trial. That's where we left off, was at the trial. So I'm just gonna make sure. I don't think anything should be changed because technically
we do need to watch out though.
We do?
Well, we could encounter the 16th student.
Oh my god.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Mukuro Ikusaba?
The ultimate despair.
Watch out for her. She's hiding
You
somewhere.
gotta make sure you're worried. Gotta make sure that you're like aware of that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna run that back again as a flashback in this.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule.
Standing Kuma.
So listen up. If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win. But
awesome.
if you can't, then I win.
I thought that was already established.
And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
You should execute yourself now!
Yeah.
That's a lot better. I actually really like that line. Execute yourself. I feel like that would fly past the radars.
No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not! Bears never go back on their word!
Never mind
They
all
don't?
that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, here we go. Hit him, hero.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
I can't wait for the first half of this trial to be literally everyone except Kyoko fleeing accusations around for 20 minutes because they all...
Why would that happen?
Is the Mastermind only one person?
Yeah, that's a fair question, I think.
Actually, a good question from Hero.
Okay, now here's
All
where
right,
we're falling
okay, he was
apart.
just teeing it up.
Yep, the immediate, I already know the answer, I'm right, everyone else is wrong.
You're all the Mastermind,
Oh
aren't
my god,
you?
yep.
You're all out to
Dude,
get me.
it's the murder on the Orient Express
Yep,
theory.
We're on the Orient Express theory.
I'm right, aren't I? I knew it.
Oh,
In
okay,
fairness to him-
immediately. Okay.
The evidence is kind of technically currently there for that.
Okay. All right. What would refute
You
this?
guys have
Well,
all been
let's
working
give her
together,
Let's give her
haven't you?
Yep.
I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line.
Oh,
Have to get
Hina.
me. I'm sure of it.
Oh
No.
I
my
have
god.
evidence of my own.
I did
Are we
not
gonna have
think
Toko
this.
too?
I didn't think this is where this was gonna go. I thought
What
it was
the
like
heck?
we were all gonna be assuming it was Makoto or something.
Byakuya, come on, you're better than this.
Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
Dang, that's spinning.
You get ready to hit
Three
it.
of us. Okay, all three of them think that everyone around them is their enemy. There's no doubt that this is a trap Monokuma set. He set it up so we would expect each other or suspect each other. I have something that proves it. What do I have that proves it?
You
Places
guys
to
have
check.
all been working together, haven't you?
Headmaster Z handbook.
I have evidence,
Group photo?
so I know I'm right.
I mean, the
you
group
stole
photo.
my
Yeah, I mean
line.
that was the only thing that like
You're all out to
everyone
get
started
me. I'm
suspecting
sure
each
of
other
it.
after he showed us
I
that.
have evidence of my own.
It's the thing that each of all three of the people that spoke
Yeah.
had or received.
Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait.
And there's
hold
only the
on.
one thing to
This doesn't
shoot
make
in
any
this one.
sense.
That too. Get ready, get ready.
Okay.
You got it before it shrunk.
Break!
First
It's
up.
not just you three. I have evidence too.
It'd be
Oh,
really funny if
gosh.
after all this, Makoto like somehow avoided letting us know that he was like, yeah, I actually think it's everyone else too.
Yeah.
What? You too?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah.
He let us keep it this time?
Huh? Wait, but mine's different.
Ah.
With the picture you have, I'm in it.
Ah, okay. So I was sus because there was no Makoto in it, but it actually was whoever was the
It was supposed to be
subject.
that.
It wasn't in it. Okay.
But that can't be right. Because in my picture,
We get to see it?
This was such an easy
I'm the only
fix.
one not in it.
Yeah. Yeah, literally just talk to each other.
I figured as much. In which case, that means we're probably the person taking the picture.
Hero, you have a picture too, right? Let's see it.
Okay.
Or
but
alternatively, it was just
careful
digitally
with it.
edited.
Yeah,
Pretty
that too.
important evidence.
Rips it in half.
That one, that looks very similar to the first one.
This one too. It's just like I thought. It is very similar to the first one. Dang, they do still love their donuts, huh?
Yerp.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
Alright.
Whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
Dang.
Calm down, man.
But you're
He's
in
got
my
it though.
picture.
He's got us.
You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the
Thanks,
whole
guys.
purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other.
Byakuya, what's your picture look like?
The Mastermind laid a trap to make
Yeah, wait,
us
true.
each think everyone else was working against
Maybe
us.
he was lying. He doesn't have a picture.
I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
God, having Monokuma participate is gonna be so weird.
It's gonna be so awesome.
The proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group photos. And that person is the one who got the Toko. The one who got the photos.
Toko.
I got it!
In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it. So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one
Makoto's
missing.
about to die.
Sakura certainly is like about to lap them, right?
Yes.
Like it's not like
She's about to
she's
run
behind.
Makoto and Leon over.
Well, yeah, but it's not a matter of like she's behind and is catching up. It's she's already beaten them by a lap at least.
No, definitely, of course. Either that or they did the thing where Sakura was like, I'll give you guys a minute of head start.
Yeah.
So you can get ahead of me.
And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
As long as we're talking about it,
Didn't
I
appreciate
suppose
Leon's
I should show
gesture.
you my photo as well.
He was doing the stupid rocker thing.
What?
Swim!
Who put the
Who
giant
put
fish in
the fish?
pool?
Yeah, wait, what?
Each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Dang, that's crazy.
Figured it out, huh?
Dang, he's not even gonna try to keep up the ruse. He's just, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I just.
Thought that must be it.
I'm not lying,
How
nor
was
trying
that
to
a
deny
hint?
it.
He's so serious. But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. What is it? What's digging at me?
Listen,
Oh,
can I
sorry.
see everyone's group photo one more time?
You're digging at him?
It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Byakuya didn't say yes.
True.
I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it?
This one's a bit
Let
of
me
a
compare
stretch.
each of them one more time. Byakuya's picture. Okay, I'm looking.
Fish.
Fish.
Also Mondo Speedo in the background.
Hina's picture. Okay. Mukuro Ikusaba with her didn't even bother putting on the dang sports uniform. Hiro's picture. And mine. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something... Group photo has been added to the details section of your handbook.
Can you just forget about the photo already?
I noticed something they all had in common.
Yeah.
Junko's face wasn't being shown in any of them.
Liar.
Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
Specifically,
But
it's
you're-
really funny because in the Byakuya one, someone was throwing water directly in her face.
Yeah.
So that
I
was
looked at
really
that.
funny. That
I looked at because that was I'm pretty sure that was Leon.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake?
Mm-mm.
No. I assure you, they're quite real.
What?
Talking about? There's no way.
Yeah! I don't remember ever taking a picture like that.
So clearly it can't be real.
So it's gotta be a fake.
True.
I'm sure of it.
True.
You gotta stop.
I don't know
you
it,
gotta
it's
stop
not
saying
real.
the line that I'm using to make fun of you after I say it, Hero. Oh.
But you know,
Yes.
can we really be so sure?
Huh?
Yes.
Don't
Oh.
get me wrong. I don't
Yes.
remember taking this picture either. But
Huh?
is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
What do you mean?
Well, thanks, Toko.
That was
for
your first
contributing.
input for the whole trial.
Yeah.
Thanks. The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason. Some terrible reason. An unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason.
Numbers theory.
Hangman's Gambit. Amnesia.
The Dark Descent.
That might be a good co-op
The
game for us to
bunker?
play eventually.
Oh, heck no!
What? You don't want to play a horror game?
No, I will brown.
Now
But
I
it'll be you and
understand.
me together.
That will not make my pants any less brown.
They will not unbrown
We'd
your
all
pants.
lost our memories.
No.
That could explain it, couldn't it?
I've been saying this for like the last half of all the streams we've been doing.
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense.
Please,
Now
please let it be
you're
that
gonna-
easy.
You're gonna like scream no.
He's gonna
and
wig
be
out,
Like,
he's
Wait,
gonna
no, it
wig
doesn't make
out."
sense.
As if.
Yup.
Yeah, there it is.
Unbelievable occult type story.
Yeah.
That
We
is an
all
occult
lost
type.
our
That
memories.
was an occult
That's
type.
just crazy.
Why are you tearing up, Hina?
It's that
Natural
crazy.
that they wouldn't believe it. But no matter how much they refuse, it's the absolute truth. They have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept it. And there's another way to prove it besides those pictures. Oh god.
They have
okay.
been slowly pointing you towards this over the course of the whole game.
Interview DVD, Headmaster's handbook, group photo. I'm assuming it would
You're
have to be
saying
like
we
the
all got
interviews, wouldn't it?
spontaneous
'Cause I don't see.
amnesia?
I mean, we just did the
When
group
did this
photo.
turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I
Since-
promise
since the
you,
beginning.
I haven't
Since the-
lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school,
It's not like sci-fi.
I
It's kind of
remember
like, we're not that
everything
far
that's
out.
So
Hit it, dang it.
the idea that we all lost our
I saw it and I was like, that's
This
gotta be
totally
it. But I clicked too late.
Yeah, it's the only one.
Yeah. There could have been some after.
Yeah.
There must have been more evidence in those pictures that we all lost our memory. Yeah. Okay.
You're
Chipmunk
saying
time.
we all got. Since when did this turn into?
Yes!
Ever since I remember everything.
I was the
No,
first.
it's wrong.
I have seen everything.
Nah.
Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
Awesome.
No, it's nothing like that.
Oh. I forgot which DVD we were using, Makoto, sorry.
It's a video of all of us being interviewed by the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
When you say all of us, you mean
All of us.
I mean all of us, including you.
you lie.
Fast
I don't
forward.
get any kind of
You get to that part of the video.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself.
Put it in that TV behind her.
Yeah.
The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
Doppelganger. Digital editing.
What are you saying?
They're all gonna freak out now, aren't they?
I didn't
deep
imagine
fake.
you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Yes.
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
Thank you, Byakuya, for at least being sort of level-headed.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here.
I don't. Okay.
To be
No,
honest,
let him go.
I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right?
Yeah.
Did you not
What
see
were
it?
the interviews about?
We should like play it. We should.
I thought they
Headmaster
did. I
sat
thought they
each of
were.
us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
And how did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Actually, we all said we could.
Weird.
Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not.
Oh God.
Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane! How can I believe that?
Well, we don't
Pretty
know what it
awesome.
looks like outside of the school right now.
Insane
They
or
got
not,
donuts.
We can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
She said her line.
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
Thanks, Monokuma.
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
Well,
But it wasn't induced amnesia, it was all actually accidental.
I was about to say, was it? I was about to say, I feel like lost implies that it was accidental.
This is all... making my head hurt.
Not again.
Yeah, go for a
Hina,
second
Hina,
round.
You are, hi Asahina, you've been in this
isn't
school
like
for...
some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
Oopsie, you figured that part
Dang.
out too, huh?
Monokuma's just letting it spill.
Of course.
Yeah.
There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
You don't know. You
How could someone just steal our memories?
literally,
You
you
just
don't
left
know.
him lying there.
How? Come, that hardly matters right now.
So
If I said it was
true.
hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains? Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
He's
What
so true
matters
for that
is
one.
Figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
That is probably part of the uncovering the mysteries thing.
It's
I knew
magic.
I could count on you.
It's magic.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
It was funny.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
The original motive.
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does. But that part's still a secret. Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
So until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So, the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's who we need to expose. Alright.
Who did it?
Mukuro Ikusaba's profile, Headmaster's e-handbook. Keeps giving me that Headmaster's e-handbook.
So who did it? Who killed her?
It was me.
Whoever did it is
Yes.
the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
They have to be.
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Maybe the fact that the mastermind literally told us where they were, Hina, when we were together.
There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles away.
Wrong button.
Ooh. Ah,
Let's
I
nut it
was
up for
so
a second.
afraid. I was so afraid it was gonna fade away.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
Yes. Pretty
Back the data
conclusive.
center,
Yeah.
I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time.
Then after we left the room, Monokuma came out and said, "Hey, I was hiding in the place under that hatch,
Can't be any doubt.
and I locked the door now so you
mastermind
can't get
has
back
been
in."
inside the school all along.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
Yes.
What? Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
Oh gosh. I'm sure I already told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only person to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
So if the Mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
But how'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the Mastermind!
Well, it's not me.
Sounds like something the Mastermind would say.
Of course.
Because it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
It's because I'm the ultimate lucky student, Toko! Did my OBS stop for some reason?
Maybe.
1 second. I'm just gonna try to restart the whole damn thing.
Is it back?
Hello?
Oh, look at the screen changed.
Did it?
Yeah, it's in the pause menu.
For me, it's not. For me, it's still on the... It might be doing the thing it did last time, though. Wait. Where mine was, like, weird, and I had to exit the stream and come back in. Hello? Okay, no, I think we are back now. Okay, I don't know what happened. Gosh dang it.
It does look like it lost a good chunk of stuff.
Yeah, because the last thing it was on was, well, we can do this. Nope, not that.
True!
Oh, God.
Hold on, I can see what the last thing was.
The last thing was way back. It was, Toko being like, it's weird that you're the only person who survived, Makoto. Being executed, which was a bit. So I don't think we should read all the lines again because we should summarize. I blame Makoto. Yeah, here we are. Okay, I blame Makoto because you're the only one who survived being executed.
And then Monokuma tried to have a disinformation campaign and say it was Makoto.
And then Kyoko was like, we need to focus on the case. Let's talk about what Mukuro's fatal injury was. And they were like, she got hit in the back of the head, right? And Makoto and Kyoko were like, no. We actually determined that it was her wounds from several days ago, and she actually died several days ago. And then Toko was like, that can't be true because she's the ultimate soldier, so she should have just, like, had those wounds, right? And then we disproved that because in her profile it said she had never sustained a wound in battle before coming to the school. So
and
then,
Toko was acting really weird about Kyoko refuting her.
Yes. Dang it, we missed that, and the dang... if you want to see it, go watch, like, a video that's just the final trial. But yeah, so that's where we are now is... Then Byakuya was like, there's something weird we need to talk about when Makoto was attacked, because if Mukuro's dead, it couldn't have been her, right? So then we were like, well, then it would have had to have been the Mastermind, and now Monokuma's like, nah, I think you're crazy. It had to have been Mukuro Ikusaba, and then he just said, do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
Yeah. Sorry, folks, don't know what happened.
No. There's no way Mukuro is the one that attacked me. Maybe I fat-fingered something and it, like, turned off the stream. I don't know.
Maybe. But we're back.
We are back, and I'm just double-checking now, making sure everything's good. Yes, it seems like it. Okay. Even if I didn't see their face. Mukuro had a very obvious Fenrir tattoo. Comparing that to the masked attacker? It should be obvious.
Should it be?
Oh, I only get one.
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot?
Oh God.
Or perhaps the left foot? Or could it be the hips?
How do you say it like that? Your most noticeable feature, the tattoo that marked your membership in Fenrir. The tattoo is in a certain easy-to-spot area. Was it on her left hand or her right hand? I thought it was on her right hand. Wait. Is it not in here? It might not be in here. Ah! Okay.
Only from the last one. Unless it's on there.
No? Okay. Oh gosh, okay. I thought it was on her right hand. Because if I'm remembering the orientation of the body and which hand we checked, that should have been her right hand.
So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong.
Even with there's another part of the.
Oh? Is it the right hand? Or the left
Ah!
True.
Shoot!
Let me think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere.
You never
Maybe it's
saw
not
their...
Monochrome File 5. What does Monochrome File 5 say? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim has been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They have also been stuck in an orbiting object. Maybe I need to grab something.
Is it the right hand?
I might need to grab a hand
So you
and then
can't
left
have any
hand?
Mukuro
idea
Ikusaba
who was
with it.
under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro.
You're wrong. There's another part of the.
Oh? And what is it? The right hand?
Okay.
Or the left.
Slowed
maybe the
down
right
Monokuma was
or
cursed.
could it be the hips.
That's even worse. The fact that it played after the thing ended.
The hips.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You
We
never
got
saw their face, right?
Oh.
Oh
You can't
gosh.
have any idea who was under that mask.
Watch for the.
Now, it was
Ah!
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Damn it. All right. Well.
You're
Yeah.
wrong.
Now-
Even
oh
with
yeah, now you gotta
there's
grab it
another
again. I
part
forgot
of
about that part.
Is it the right hand or the left hand?
Yeah. Shut up.
Maybe the. Or perhaps. Or could
Don't do it
be
again.
The hips.
Awful! It's awful! I hate it!
You never saw
Oh,
their
God.
face, right?
Oh.
So you can't have any idea
Okay,
who
okay.
was
Let me
under
get it
that.
this time.
I'm
Come on.
telling you
Pull
now.
left. Go
it
far
was
left. Yep. There we go.
There you
That
go.
was right. That wasn't even left.
That was right.
My brain. Sorry.
The
sorry.
hips.
guys.
She had a
It's got to
tattoo
me.
on her right hand, if I remember correctly.
Same, brother.
A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me.
It's just so awful.
And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, you know, someone else, right?
Thanks.
Post
You,
Malone.
Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah, we were in the gym tearing you apart, so it couldn't have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her.
He's got a point.
3 points actually.
Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
I mean, at this point, Kyoko, like, should we really be hiding anything? I mean, I guess maybe she might have like some kind of trick up her sleeve that might need to take place in the trial, but
Huh?
Well, I think she's gonna show him something else. A different
What do you
reason she
think?
didn't want to show.
I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Is she gonna show her hands? Before anyone could say anything.
Ew!
Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the Mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then, she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true Mastermind.
Dang.
This is just awful! On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours.
Just a chance for a bear pun.
Sorry. Did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure.
In
As
jail.
long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet. Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
No, thanks for that little insult
Why with
there
the
at end.
stray?
Then she was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
Did anyone ever check the fridge in the kitchen?
I thought that was like a weird dish someone made. I thought
Yeah.
there's only one place. I can't think of
Something
anywhere
Leon
else the
made
body could have been stored. The pool.
Yes.
The kitchen's actually there.
Yes. Leon made that, and then, well, you know what happened to him.
Biolab.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
And Sayaka just did that actually. We were wrong about the first one.
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
Biolab tarp. The proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden. There's something that made its way from the biolab to the garden. Tarp.
I got it! What makes me
You
so
got it.
sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something. I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says Biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's
It's really
new
big and how
seems
truthful
to
it
have
menu.
surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab.
He's
In
just
fact,
rolling with it.
there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
Why are you like fawning over Kyoko this trial for some reason? What's going on with you? What?
Wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah, but I've been doing it since the beginning.
Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
No.
Talking about unmasking the Mastermind?
Nuh-uh.
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
An inconsistency in the biolab? You were so close earlier, Makoto. Come on. Could you be talking about...
La la la, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Yes, the ultimate
Oh
defense.
well, just ignore him.
Man, you remember that bit from I Think You Should Leave where it's the getting into an argument, but when you start losing, just pull out your phone?
pull out your phone.
That's the move right now. That's the tactic.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking about...
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
True. Have we considered?
One thing.
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
That's old news. Okay.
Who?
What?
Sayaka.
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
It doesn't matter right now, Makoto.
Is the offer
So
still up for the
what do
money?
you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family?
Kyoko, you need to give him a good 1-2. A front hand and a backhand. Snap him out of it.
Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah. I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The inconsistency has to be that one area where the numbers just don't match up.
Your bathroom.
The moment of truth. Oh gosh, I guess Monokuma.
Are you
Yes.
sure about this?
Oh, you got a lot. Is he gonna say I hate you too? I like it when they say I hate you. It's really funny. I hate you.
What do you want? Are you sure about this?
Oh gosh.
Are you sure about this?
Oh gosh.
You sure about this?
Oh, I think you'll be fine. Okay.
Are you
Oh,
sure
there's
about
none.
this?
Get ready. Make sure you get the right bullet.
Not listening.
Dang.
Right bullet.
This should prove it.
Woohoo!
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is... the lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the
They're blue.
biolab also acts as
Big.
a morgue.
Blue.
And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there.
Actually, it's like 24 small refrigerators, Makoto. No.
That's where
True.
everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in.
Did you? It seemed like you didn't because you hadn't put it together until now.
And there were only 9.
Why does that matter?
Oh my god.
You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
True.
That's the real reason he made it this long. He's the please explain character. 9 lights doesn't
He was
make
just never a
sense.
threat.
The number of lights that should be on should be 10, right? Because there should be one more dead person.
I got it!
He's
10
got
of
it.
the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why?
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
You're sus, Monokuma.
Can't you just like look around right now for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. The key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died first. Are we about to go through everyone?
Awesome. I'm okay with
Junko
that.
was second. Leon was third. Chihiro was fourth. Mondo was fifth. Taka was sixth, then Hifumi was seventh. Celeste was eighth. Sakura was ninth. And victim number 10 was Mukuro.
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
Yup. It got up, and it danced away.
I got it! The Mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body disappeared?
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
I hated it.
Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
Just think for 2 seconds, Hina. The reason there are less bodies than murders. The explanation for more murders than victims. Why is that? What would it take for that to make sense? The same person was killed twice. Mastermind destroyed a body. Only 9 murders took place. There weren't actually 10 murders, but 9. That's why there are 9 bodies. Or is it gonna be... Okay. You gonna get that, or do you just want me to...
Oh, true, I forgot. That's patently untrue. Counting Monokuma's executions, there have indeed been 10 murders. I think we can all agree on that.
Actually, you're completely right, so...
Shoot!
He says that line every time. And the reason there are less bodies than murders, the explanation for more murders than victims, why is that? What would it take for that to make sense? Well, I mean, if it's not that, then it's obviously not the same person who was killed twice. Right? I got health. Yeah, wow.
If they're going to destroy a body, it would have been Mukuro's, the only one they're connected to. There's no point in destroying any body other than that. Didn't you just say all that?
Yeah, I did. Okay, then.
Shoot!
Yeah. Really?
I got it!
That's the angle
What
we're going
about
with?
it? The same person was killed twice.
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far. But one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that
could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
Okay.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally
Dang.
delusional.
File number 5.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
That was crazy.
Junko Enoshima?
Get used to it.
Leon Kuwata? Chihiro
Is it just gonna be everyone?
Fujisaki?
Mondo, Kiyotaki Fumi, Celestia,
Yep.
or
Maybe. No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
Now, the Monokuma file wouldn't necessarily refute any of those. So is this another I need to pick something up? Mukuro died from the wound she had all over her body. Wasn't there someone else who suffered from the same sort of injury? Sakura was poisoned, Celeste was burned to death, Leon got bludgeoned to death with baseballs. Hifumi and Taka got bludgeoned to death with hammers. Chihiro was also bludgeoned and then strung up. Mondo got inertia'd. Sayaka was stabbed. Junko got punctured all over her body. Is that everyone?
Gungnir! Yeah.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka
Sword.
Maizono?
I feel like Junko fits, but do I need to pick her up?
Leon
Wow.
Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mondo Owada?
Because then that would refute the not murdered twice, if I'm
Hifumi
right.
Yamada?
I think?
Celestia
I like this one.
Lu, whatever.
I didn't even notice that last time.
Ogami? No. There's
Is
no
he gonna do
way
another- yeah.
anyone was murdered. No, that's wrong.
She was
Okay.
stabbed
Junko.
all over.
Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
what do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her?
Nope.
She was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
That
And
happened
Mukuro
like
died
5
from
days
a number
ago,
of
man.
wounds across her body.
Expect you to remember that? I've been listening to Hero talk.
When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
And the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
Okay, I'm getting the angle now. Okay.
so let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears.
One of the splotches on her face is slightly cut off. The PNG's not whole.
Then her body was kept in the biolab
stab
for
her with
however
spears.
long before
Alright,
being dragged out
let's
again.
stab her with spears.
Okay, let's kill her. Let's stab her to death with spears.
Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
True.
Hero.
We're back to this meta.
Rub those two
But
brain
what does
cells
it
together.
mean?
Yeah, what does it mean?
It just doesn't make sense.
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the Mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
It's you,
That's
Hero.
what we're getting to, Hero. That was the whole point of this for the last 10 minutes, buddy.
I know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be.
True.
Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro. Alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro? No, that can't be possible. Because unless Junko and Mukuro's bodies were exactly the same, Kyoko said all of the measurements matched up to the one that was in the morgue. But can we really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no way Mukuro Ikusaba is still alive.
Ooh, funky music on this one.
Mukuro's fatal injury, Monokuma found on the vibe, Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Okay. What are you getting?
We found in the garden.
Yup.
It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Run!
Shoot it! Shoot it now!
Refute it! For that to be true, then that couldn't have been her body we found in the garden. Is that really possible? What does the Monokuma file say specifically?
Beaten to death with hammers.
The victim's identity is unknown. What were the other two? It was,
Profile and the, fatal injury.
Mukuro's fatal injury would appear to be a collection of wounds covering the body. According to the headmaster report, Mukuro did not have a single scar or wound when she came to Hope's Peak Academy. In addition, her features were as follows. Kyoko has confirmed that the corpse matches these characteristics. So then it's probably the profile? But what am I refuting?
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
It's probably that, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, that's wrong.
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
Would have been a
Then
great
there's the
time for
matter of the
Kyoko to
finger
just
tattoo.
lie and
So there's
disagree.
no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the Mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Well, I mean...
Sorry.
I-
Sorry, that's me.
I feel like it's not that hard, because you just switch the other person that we used. Okay. Someone's made it look like they
just
died,
doesn't make
but they're
sense.
actually still alive. Oh my god. There's only one person it could be. Oh, it's gonna make me select. Okay. Where is she? There she is. There's our girl.
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it, I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I did check. Absolutely. And I can say for sure.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
If the Mastermind can alter our memories, who's to say they can't alter our personalities?
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
Well, you said got it, Makoto, so I know that means I picked the correct thing for the game.
Got it.
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud.
Okay. Time to die.
Too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Objection.
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Or should I use one we've already used and go with the Dameda? Zen Dameda.
Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way?
I don't know, Byakuya. Give me a second. I don't.
Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
It's you, Hero. I've been telling you the whole
I think we need
time.
to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have
Yes.
survived?
Flip the chessboard around.
Oh my gosh. She is doing it. She...
How could Junko have survived? I checked her. She was dead, I'm sure of it. But still, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? It wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely? Maybe she just used some sort of trick.
This one's a weird one, so I'm gonna see if you get
It's
it.
a Hangman's Gambit. Okay, how much time do I have? 7
Plenty
minutes.
of
Okay.
time.
Okay.
But let's make sure you have enough.
Huh?
Let's make sure you have enough life.
Yeah. Well, it's giving me a lot of
You playing Wordle?
E's, and E's probably the only thing that can go there. A maybe. Replaced. Replaced. Come on.
And
Get it. Get it.
there you go.
Now I understand.
Now he understands.
Now he understands.
You gonna heal off of that, any?
That's it.
Dang.
Oh no.
What if she switched places with someone else?
I think I only heal when I submit evidence correctly and when I
Yeah.
get the little 3 questioners correctly.
Switched places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Precisely.
Yes, I remember. I saw it happen.
Yeah.
There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
Throw it out, guys. There has to be some way. Like, I don't know, maybe in the morning? They switched it, or the beginning, like I just said. What if someone's memories weren't just gone, but they were altered to make them think they were an entirely different person?
I got it! The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
Or they were just in on it, and they were like, okay, I'm gonna pretend to be Junko.
What? From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
There was even kind of a hint in the very beginning because Makoto talked to her and was like, wow, you don't look anything like what you look like on the magazines.
You hear what she said?
And she was like, oh, that's just Photoshop and digital editing and stuff. They do that in post.
You want to think of another thing? Do you remember what she says when this happens to her?
No.
If I remember, it's something to the effect of, this wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, I don't remember. Oh, God. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
And you know what's funny? If you remember way back when we started this, you actually also caught onto that because you were like, oh, she's got freckles, she's got gray eyes, but in the magazines
like,
she has blue eyes.
She doesn't, but there's a very easy, like, you could just be like, oh, she wore contacts. And then, like, what she said of, like, oh, they just digitally edited the... So I was like, oh, okay, sure. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Damn you, game.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Like a normal conversation with her.
Thanks, Hina.
When
That's
we
really
first
funny.
met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference.
Yeah, that literally
That
happened to you
would
with
allow the two
Celestia.
of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
It was edited out in post.
Yep.
Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
I mean, you could just cover it with makeup, though. Like...
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that.
And
I was actually
also,
really curious.
I did note this was before we sort of got onto this theory earlier, though, so I didn't want to say anything. But when she died, quote unquote, well, no, she did die. She did actually die. In the gym, her right hand was covered with a blood splatter, so you couldn't see anything on top of it either.
If she
I was
did,
starting to look
it
because I
likely
started
melted away in
thinking.
the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished.
I need to sit down, learn, and listen when she's speaking. But I was thinking, I was like, is there any sprite of her where she's showing her right hand, the back of her right hand? Because I remember her always doing like the peace sign, right?
Yeah.
And I thought of when she like pulls at her hair, and that was her left hand. So I was like, maybe they don't have one. But then I looked, I was like, oh no, there's a few. So it must have just been makeup reason.
Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
Yeah.
They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the
Those are
first time.
fake.
But if she really did use foundation...
And she was one of the first people I interacted with, too, and I got her skill. She was one of the
Yeah, you
first
did.
people that I got her skill from. Dang. I was also wondering, because, like, I haven't talked about this since I realized it, and I realized it a while back, but, like, the fact that you get her skill after the very first time interacting with her is because she dies so early. And so I was like, dang, I didn't even think about that.
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro.
I suppose you probably also have to give her something she likes or loves as well in order to do that, but still.
So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Repeat it.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
Mm-hmm.
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
That
So
doesn't make any
Mukuro,
sense, Kyoko.
The ultimate despair teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
We have no evidence to support that this might be multiple people.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
Hero, this is your time to interject.
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
So he still refuses to admit it, but he can try to deceive us all he wants. It doesn't matter, because I've already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. Oh god, okay. Control room maybe, when we got booted out, and he was like, nope. And then the next one's probably going to be the group photo, because look at it. Okay, it's either going to be places to check or the control. Let me read them. Let me actually read them. We commands the Ursine robot. Additional areas. Directly guarding the dojo. Okay. Oh, I think it's the control room.
Think so?
Oh. I think this way.
Shoot!
Okay. During our latest investigation. He tried to hide Junko, or protect Junko's identity. During our latest investigation. Classes. Kyoko, some kind of message. Despair walks among us. And so we survive. There's a second despair. Maybe it's this one first? The photo depicts the Hope Speak students wearing matching uniforms. Mukuro's picture, while Makoto is not. Other than that, there's something else that's strange about the photo. Is it this? Nope.
Shoot!
He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. Interviews between the headmaster and Host Peak students. Makoto, however, had no memory of such an interview, thanks to Mona wasn't able to watch the DVD all the way through. Possibly. Because he doesn't talk. He didn't see Junko's interview. It's old. Has been locked up until this point. The headmaster's room, the fourth floor of the biolab, Monokuma door in the data center, and the second floor of the dormitory area. In addition, the area is directly connected to Mukuro Ikusaba's death regarding the dojo. Phrase ultimate despair doesn't refer to a single individual, but a like-minded group of people. 1 year ago, that group brought about the single worst human event in human history. They're motivated by despair, making them the most despicable people to ever live. That doesn't really do much. I mean, this only has to do with the headmaster, it shouldn't. Yeah. Is it the DVD?
I got it!
Okay.
Yeah.
While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Oopsie! Looks like it broke. Out of service.
What? It just so happened to break just now?
Now, then, when doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke.
No, it wasn't a fluke. The Mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. And that's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. The Mastermind tried to cover up one other piece of evidence. I've got to reveal that. Okay, this one has to be the pictures, right? Oh, okay, no, okay, we're just doing this.
Back into it. I do like this one. I know it's supposed to be like climactic and stuff. I find this one to be really fun, this little mini game.
Yeah, no, it's
The
good.
bullet time battle.
What? What do you want?
I hate you.
What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? What are you
Oh, but is he
even
gonna use the
talking
super
about?
mode this time? That might be concerning.
He tempoed down.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it just does that whenever you miss too many in a row. Or maybe just too many at all. Oh, okay, he is doing it.
Are you sure about this?
I pressed space.
That's impossible!
This should prove it.
Cheeky game trying to give me 2 photo prompts.
It did. It was
The
so
video
totally gonna
wasn't
let
the
you do
only
it.
thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Oh.
What? There's nothing there. What did he do wrong?
I noticed it
You're a
just
liar.
little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we got. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
Nuh-uh.
What's so unusual about them?
The unusual circumstance common to all these pictures. The unusual circumstances. The ones who got the photos.
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
They're gonna show it again.
Yeah. I like how for 2 of them they just had her turned and talking to someone.
It's hard to
And even the
believe
one
her
with
face would
Taka
just happen to be
saluting,
hidden
it's
in
fine.
Every single picture, don't you think?
But then you have the one where it's Leon splashing her.
And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the 2 of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
Whoop!
He's right.
Everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
Times 2?
With this, the identity and the crimes of the Mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait! Hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything, right now!
You will?
Yep.
Oh, okay. It's just the closing sequence.
You got it.
Okay.
Don't forget about the tarp.
I've got 24 minutes. We're fine. Okay, so this is... We all meet for the first time. She talks to Makoto. Oh god, there's so many.
This
It's
one's
like, hey.
stylistic.
It is. I'm Junko, even though I'm actually Mukuro. And she does that.
Wah!
It's killed the dang.
Yeah.
This wasn't supposed to happen. Act 3. Well, that's that, so that doesn't go there. This belongs nowhere in here. Would it be this?
The other tarp.
Like, well,
No!
Yeah, that looks different. No, that's the yeah.
That's from the third one.
Yeah, taking out the body, carrying it there. That would make sense. Mask goes to kill, and then
Shing.
Makoto sees.
Makoto is a certified seer.
Just making sure. So okay, so then it would more than likely be Kyoko coming in, right? And then or are these swapped? They might be swapped. No, that doesn't make sense because this is like Kyoko seeing them for the first time, right? Where is it? Well, because the collar. No, the collar's flipped up there. Okay. And okay, Kyoko, dead. That's all of us. Takes off mask. Oh yeah, because they're taking off the mask right there. Duh. Then do all this there. Lamau.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all of us looking at the body. Take off the mask.
Boomba.
And then that should be that, right? Right? That seems right.
Are you sure you don't want to use the blue tarp?
I'm sure. I'm pretty sure.
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived here. But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the Mastermind, Junko, and Oshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue. Until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden.
Getting all that hair in the mask must be a hassle.
She fabricated the murder to try and frame
Nah.
Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile,
You just gotta keep
she
stuffing.
wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
Ah!
Wrong. Ooh, getting a little
Okay.
dangerous there.
So then, are these two switched? Because nothing else really makes sense. This is the classic case of literally what happened last time I got one wrong, which is just the two were switched. Is that correct? I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense in this, because that's what happened. Kyoko showed up, and that's why the Mastermind ran away. Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be.
The killer is you! Meanwhile...
Yep. Yep. There we go.
So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
Boom. Awesome.
The way it's set up kind of makes it look like that's Toko.
She was able to destroy.
Oh, there. Yeah.
She needed
True.
to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma.
That's just Monokuma. Oh.
The real Junko Enoshima. That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, Levi.
Huh?
What do you have to say to that?
Again?
I think she might be like coming down here. I think.
Huh?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
I don't think she's at the control panel, guys. We gotta wait a minute.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
Give her a second.
There's an elevator.
You guys have ridden it several times. You know how long it takes to get down here.
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
What?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over?
Oh, maybe not. Okay, never mind. We do still have other things we still have to solve. That was the agreement.
Did you
Yeah.
really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Just like that. That's how it's gonna go. She just appears in a cloud of smoke. She just...
That you don't understand. That's what the ultimate despair does.
We have been waiting.
Look, her tie's different.
Waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear.
That's not what I was expecting.
If you swear
Just keep
your
going.
fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
What? I'm good.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you.
Okay, that's...
It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
This is the Mastermind? She's the real Junko Enoshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide.
That bad.
Bored so easy, you know?
I thought you did a great job.
No, I understand it.
What?
Huh? What about my face?
pretty. No, I'm
What's
kidding.
wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
I wouldn't
I think
say
that's
that.
a
I don't
low
really, yeah,
bar.
no, I don't really care for chihuahuas. I don't.
feel like
Well, I was thinking of them being literally combined, but
Oh. No, I do remember seeing it. I'm sure I've seen her too somewhere. It was definitely before I got to the school. Wasn't it the first day? Well, no, because the magazine. That's what I'm thinking of. Is like, was the magazine? Because I don't remember. It had to be before, right? Because you looked her up. You looked her up.
I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I did no such thing.
That's right.
Makoto may
It was
have.
before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover. And you were on it.
Impossible.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began.
This is really funny. This is like a healing station before the final boss fight.
I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality.
Shoot.
Also, it wasn't her. It wasn't her, Makoto.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. Okay. Huh?
It was your Lambda Delta voice.
I know. It's crazy. I don't know if I was gonna have to bust it out or not. Oh, are you talking about my cover photos and junk? Well, of course. Those are totally photoshopped.
Photoshopped?
Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with like computers and junk.
Oh, so they aren't real.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro.
Dang.
She
Real.
tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista.
I mean, she was doing like okay. I don't really think anyone suspected her up to the point you killed her.
And they
She
still
can never
didn't.
become one as long
Yeah.
as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Okay. Okay, gang. Okay, I see you.
Okay. Alright.
Alright.
I stabbed my twin with spears.
Let's kill my twin. Let's stab her to death with spears.
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me, Junko fucking Enoshima! And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Dang.
Thank goodness it's voiced.
She's a totally different person now.
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get fucking bored with myself.
Dang.
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Ugh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me
Whoa.
to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make
I
up
relate to her
whatever
on
answer
that
you
one.
want. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit. The truth's fucking
Yes. Yes.
if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain.
I see.
For my plan to work,
What?
someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes.
Props to her VA.
The so-called
Yeah.
Mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties.
You know, I don't want to be mean, and this is not directed to the game at all. I don't want to be rude. But after finally seeing the character and seeing like what she's doing here and seeing how she's acting, everyone always cosplays the exact same variant of her.
No, but you're right about that though. You're right about that though. You don't see Teacher Junko very much.
Junko.
You occasionally you'll see the Crown Junko, but it's such a small difference really.
Yeah.
Because naturally, she turned out to be the
You don't really see Rocker Junko. They'll kind of pose Rocker Junko, but they don't do like the Rocker Junko hair.
Yeah.
leaving me behind to run off and join some bad.
I don't know if I've seen a Mushroom Junko or
Such
not.
a disappointment.
Mushroom?
So I
Well,
decided
anyway.
to play the role of
I'm
director
assuming I'm gonna
and
see
have
it
her
in a-
join the rest
in a
of me in
minute.
their school life.
I don't know. I don't know how soon it pops up in this or not.
I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way.
Kyoko, what are you pointing at?
Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the 3 atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive.
Dang.
It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause.
Dang.
1 second.
Waiting.
Sorry, I was
taking a
message from
screenshot?
someone.
Oh, okay.
She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra, unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away. Which is precisely why I killed her, to meet everyone's expectations.
I didn't.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
She's the opposite of the Game of Thrones showrunner. She did it to meet everyone's expectations rather than subvert them.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
Oh, well, there you go.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know?
Wow.
If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
Dang.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal. Just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
Oh, we gonna do the flashback now? What did she say?
Huh?
Oh, sorry, I forgot I was supposed to be. This wasn't supposed to. Why? Me?
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
Which is?
Don't touch Monokuma.
Yeah.
Or rather, this is serious.
True.
This is
Although, I
real.
mean, Sayaka did die before her.
You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary.
Wow.
We were
Sorry.
in despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope. I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything.
I mean, I feel like it was kind of a big deal for her, otherwise she wouldn't have said why me, but...
We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
And I do it again.
Oh. Now she's depressed. Oh, that's Mushroom Junko. Why mushrooms? What?
Cause she's sad.
And that equates to mushrooms?
Yes.
Okay.
She's gloomy like a cave, which is where mushrooms grow.
Okay.
I have no idea if that's the logic, but I mean, surely you've seen that in like anime or stuff before, where when a character gets sad, they literally grow mushrooms on their head.
No.
An exaggeration. You haven't seen that before?
No, or if I have, I'm
It's-
just not remembering.
It's not super common, and usually it's kind of like a cutaway. Like it's the same thing as like the sweat dripping thingy. They do it for like a few seconds, and it's just an exaggeration of expression.
That's why it gets me so excited. Killing my precious sister with my own 2 hands.
Made her finally feel something in her freaked up life.
Yeah, her
Just
freaked
filled
up
with
big
so much
Chungus life.
despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that.
Tell me,
Super,
sister.
super, 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 super despair.
Were you acting when you were Monokuma?
It just feels so good.
Okay, slow down.
What the hell?
God forbid a woman have a hobby, man. What the heck?
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
That's
Buddy,
putting it
look
lightly,
around.
Yakuya, yeah.
Yeah.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
I didn't know we were gonna go that way with it.
Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts.
I can tolerate that one.
Genocide Jill's just all talk.
She's harmless.
How do we know she
For-
actually
for me
never killed
personally.
anyone?
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right?
Damn.
So, hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No. I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Huh? Don't you mean had that noble blood?
Uh-oh.
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow!
Good bit. I like this one.
You haven't
Yeah.
even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer, so how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
Damn straight. That's
Dang.
exactly what we're going
Big
to
Mac, that's
Big
not
Mac's
you.
coming out,
This
yeah.
isn't
do.
you.
Mysteries.
Calm down.
We'll have our victory.
I can't wait.
All right, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
Hero, I don't think she's just gonna tell us.
It's worth a shot.
It's like you with the
Yes.
doctor
Yes.
Group pictures were taken? And those interviews? It must mean...
The worst you can say is no.
It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
What?
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Bro.
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
Thinking back to what Monokuma told us. Memories that were stolen from us and what they must be related to. Okay, I gotta get this one right.
Yeah, like I said, you're in your healing before the boss fight mode.
The founding of Hope's Peak Academy. The founding?
You're the I was gonna say you're the 78th class.
The memories that were stolen from us and what they must be related to.
Think about it.
So it's not this, because we have nothing to do with the founding.
No.
So it's one of these two. The memories that were stolen from us and what they must be related to.
Think backwards. Flip it.
I mean, the motives that Monokuma came up with. But those were all things that we could, like, remember about ourselves. Right? Because it was, like, our families, and, like, Celeste with the money, and...
Isn't that peculiar?
Yeah.
How particularly they all related to people.
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all.
Oh, she's back?
Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so
She's
important.
cool.
Okay, I am going to take 1 second because I really badly got to use the bathroom. So.
Okay, I'll hang out with her.
A little break. You could look at cool Junko for a second. I'll be back.
She's chilling. I don't even know what you call this. I don't know if there's like a name for all the different Junko modes. Is this like an evolution or is this more like a Genesect situation? I don't really know. We're getting there, folks. Strap in if you haven't already been strapped. We just started the second half of this, whatchamacallit, class trial. We still got a good bit to go. Question of the day, what's your favorite Junko? So long as your answer correlates to Danganronpa 1. Or Trigger Happy Havoc. I don't know. Mushroom Junko is really funny to me. I really like Mushroom Junko. Cutesy Junko is also hilarious, though. Admittedly, I like that there's the flair of Teacher Junko and Queen Junko, and Rocker Junko for that matter, but they're too gimmicky for me. Which I guess you could throw Cutesy into that one too, but Cutesy is just really funny in context. Oh, and then Mushroom Junko is also pretty funny in context, just she's just depressed. You like the teacher one? Sure. She's kind of funny in context because she goes full-on explain mode. I like that when she pops out it plays like the tutorial music. That's funny. Oh. I will admit, despite also being funny, I don't think Monokuma Junko is one I prefer very much. Like, I get it, and it is kind of cute, and I'm glad it's there, but I don't think it's my favorite. I don't think it could ever be my favorite. That's the question of the day, though. Favorite Junko. It's here. It's the big reveal. 15 years late, but it's here. Actually, when did this game come out again? Like, what time of the year? Hold on one second. I'm just clumbious. Let me see. November, so not quite 15. Why did Google want to know my location for looking up Danganronpa? I guess probably because of the like release date was different across different areas. Oh! I will also use this opportunity to give you a friendly reminder to like the stream if you haven't already, and be appreciated. The music be popping off. But will we be able to put together all the remaining mysteries? That's the question. There's a lot to go still yet. We're getting through the memory stuff yet still, but there's a lot to figure out. Like, have we fully considered number theory? What could that mean? What if we plug that in somewhere? What would it do?
Hello?
I don't know.
He doesn't know?
I don't know what would happen if we did that with the numbers theory.
What would happen if we did what with the numbers theory?
Well, anyway.
Oh, okay.
We were saying the question of the day, what's your favorite Junko?
Okay. I don't know. They might need to go through them again for me. I gotta think about it.
I'm taught. I'm between Mushroom Junko and Cutesy Junko. Cutesy Junko is really funny.
She is very
to me.
It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
A theme?
Yep.
You're an
you
author.
Got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
Oh gosh, what was the motive back then? I don't even remember.
It was the videos.
Ah.
Oh, I didn't know this was gonna be a question. Sorry.
The theme of the motive Monokuma gave us for the first murder. Monokuma gave us those DVDs. Well, Makoto said it. On my DVD was footage of my family. On Sayaka's was her and her friends. They had a dream they all shared. So for the first murder, the motive we were all given was international relations, love triangles, human connections. It's gotta be.
I got it!
Yep. He's got
The
it.
driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. The motive
Okay,
was
this
DVD
one's also a
you
sleeper,
guys.
Junko.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships.
I don't know what you call this one even.
For example, your family.
Monotone Junko.
Yeah, she's like chill. Is she chill, Junko?
Your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Thanks.
Okay!
Oh, I thought
the
we were
next
like gonna go in a
question.
cycle. No, we're just ping-ponging all over the place.
So, what was the theme for the second motive?
I don't even remember what. For the second murder, the motive's theme was. That's when we got those weird envelopes from Monokuma. Mine mentioned how I used to wet the bed. So the theme that time was. Meaning life, a strong heart, the past.
I got it!
He's got
It
it.
was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... Embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
Mondo was weak.
Yeah, dirty brother
So,
killer.
how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
The theme for the third murder was. The reason Celeste turned to murder was. She wanted to buy a European castle and live there with a bunch of handsome men. So that time the motive for murder was. Greed.
A new outlook.
Popularity. Nah. Breeding out is an important part of it.
Yes, she was Mammon pilled. Mammon maxing.
It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy!
Oh, she's back.
Yeah, you got it again!
Rocker Junko.
I might.
Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
Yeah.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by
To
case?
teach you a lesson.
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one
Sweet
more
cheeks.
to go. Now, can you
How did
tell
you
me
know?
the motive for crazy ass Sakura's crazy ass death?
The motive in the case of Sakura's death was... What was it that made Sakura decide to kill herself? It had to do with Monokuma exposing Sakura's secret. So the theme of the motive of the fourth case was... Dang, this is kind of difficult. Okay, wait.
Nah, you got it.
These have overlap. These have...
No, you're alright.
The theme or the motive, what made Sakura decide? She killed herself because she didn't want there to be any more secrets between anyone, and she wanted everyone to work together, but also you could say it was because everyone felt betrayed by her.
Secrets was the second one.
True. So, the motive for the murder was... And if she would have killed to save herself from being exposed, it would have been blackmail, because that's what Monokuma / Junko wanted her to do. But she killed herself because everyone felt that she had betrayed them. And so that was her way of making things right, was taking responsibility. So, betrayal?
I got
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
it. In that case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see,
She's back.
once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards.
There is a subtle difference
Anyway,
between this
it
and
looks
Cool
like you answered all
Junko.
of my
Yeah.
questions correctly. How
Awesome.
painfully delightful.
Again, props to the VA.
But what's
I
the
gotta look up
point?
who it is.
What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
I also wonder if it's the same VA as the first Junko, the Mukuro Junko, or not.
Relationships,
Yeah, I don't know.
secrets,
Oh, gosh.
murder, betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world.
It's been a second since we've had you, Your Majesty.
In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours?
Dang!
Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope.
Oh boy.
Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway.
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
There's something going on outside that we don't know about.
If none of you,
You don't
wanted
know
to
that.
escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
I can think of many reasons, Hero.
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But
No.
it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you,
Dang.
let me give you a hint.
What a reference.
Really? Then hurry up and tell us. Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
The outside world?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there?
Nope.
Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I wanna see too. See your faces sink
Oh.
into despair. Now then, open sesame!
She actually has 2 voice actresses.
Wow.
Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
Cutscene? Yep. Dang.
Oh my gosh.
The one on the Eiffel Tower is killing me.
Yeah. Literally spoilers for Chainsaw Man Part 2.
Literally 1984.
What the?
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
Honestly, not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
I thought it was gonna be
None
like
of this
nuclear
makes any
war or something
sense.
happened.
Well, keep going.
Oh, great.
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
We should recognize it? What about it should we recognize? This whole thing is insane.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Brain blast.
She's gonna cry if we don't. Oh, never
Your
mind.
brain in the ass, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't remember. Ain't a fucking excuse no more. Because now it's time.
I feel like she specifically like turned to Hero.
Looking
with
at
that
Hero,
line.
yeah. I don't remember.
For the final class trial.
Hey,
Oh.
that was good. I don't remember. Please, Hero, please say it in this. Please say I don't remember. Please, 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 please.
Genocide Jack's memory photo. Oh god, I missed the. Okay, photo of
Come on,
Kyoko and the
bitches.
headmaster.
Remember or
Group photo.
die.
Genocide Jack's memory.
What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember or whatever.
Oh my god,
but
please don't.
When it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed
Oh.
us, I don't understand a damn thing.
That's close.
Okay, he
What's the
didn't
meaning
quite
of
say
the
it.
Footage we saw.
Footage we saw.
Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but
Genocide Jack's memory.
what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember
Hit it!
anything.
Got it.
There's one person whose memories haven't been tampered with. No way. This is an important plot point.
Yes.
No freaking way. That's awesome.
It all culminates.
Who might remember?
Someone get a feather.
The other Toko. Genocide Jack.
What?
The two of them
Do
share
it.
certain kinds of knowledge.
Flip over.
Their memories aren't linked, right?
That would be crazy. That would be the culmination of Toko's character arc, is if she learned to like just do it.
Yeah. Do a flip.
If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her?
Yes.
No, absolutely not. That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity.
Eventually you'll swap back. It always happens.
Toko.
Yeah.
You're the only one
Oh
we can rely on.
no.
Oh gosh.
That she's gonna learn to control all of her chakras right now because he said that. Yup,
Wow.
no hesitation.
Dun, 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 dun! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer. Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Hey, Junko's back, guys!
Yeah.
Who the hell are you?
Actually, did she ever meet Junko? As I don't think she
She
did.
wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Dang!
That's so.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm like half certain these are the same
Look at the
VA
stupid
right there.
screen.
Wow.
Aye, aye. Roger, you got it, Captain.
Yep.
Everything seems normal. What are you guys talking about? What?
Yeah, she'd be like, oh, I remember that.
Where does everyone get the Monokuma masks from? Where's?
Well,
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but... Of course!
remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
Why? I mean, I was about to say, why didn't you say anything when you got locked in here with Monokuma if you've seen him so much? But I guess, like, if it's normal, then you're probably like, oh, that's normal.
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know?
Dang.
Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
I don't know if she is. I don't know if she is lying.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
The tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Isn't that saying that, like, that's gonna be a tragedy?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening. But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Every time they say it. What?
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Well, I mean, you would assume, like, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history would, like, be pretty much the apocalypse, right? Like,
It would have to be worse than everything else that's
yes,
happened.
like the Holocaust? Like, it's worse than the Holocaust? Like, yeah, like,
Because it's all because of that event.
the Great Leap Forward
Yeah.
in China? It's worse than that?
Worse than Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is now?
No, it was just a class of people that got murdered in Hope's Peak, silly.
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay.
Wow.
So this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago.
The interjection, I don't know why, that's funny to me.
It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And as a result,
She's right, she's right.
basically no time flat. The world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
A wink of clarity from Hero? What is this?
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
Our brains don't work, Jill.
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right?
Is that a JoJo reference?
Not entirely, no.
Okay.
The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
I think she's just really
How could
cool.
the world just end? It's the world!
Is that a JoJo reference?
Calm down.
True.
It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway.
Oh.
So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Oh, okay. No, I see what she's saying. Okay.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you.
Oh, please do.
It's the story of the Tagami Corporation, which is
Oh,
giving
gosh.
Gyathia's life all its meaning.
So now she's
I love
gonna,
it.
She's gonna lay it out for all of us, isn't she now?
I love it when she does
What did you
this.
say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Wow.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
I wonder.
Just Monica?
Correct. Well done, peasant.
But
Awesome.
I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it. Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you
Dang,
pick,
she's calling me out.
answer.
She-
Pretty innovative, don't you think?
That's what I was doing earlier.
Well, do
Do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Probably in
That
the head,
is-
yeah.
That's a little witchy.
Yeah.
That's a little
It
witchy.
is a little witchy. It is a little witchy.
Witch of despair.
Witch of despair.
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
Who's her rock, paper, scissors variant? We've got Hope, and Hope is the one that
Dude.
she feeds off of. Who's her super paper?
I don't think there's super paper. I think she's in a game of Connect 4.
Oh!
It's a whole different
Whole
schoolyard
different game board.
Yeah.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
Alright, Byakuya, you guys are sacrificing your title.
Yep.
You're not an affluent progeny anymore.
Said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the
Okay.
progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the world.
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Wow.
Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago.
Why not?
I mean,
'Cause I remember.
came to this school a few weeks ago.
Bro!
It just
We've
doesn't
been
make any
over.
sense.
Your memories have been
it just
tampered
doesn't,
with.
It doesn't make any sense.
We've been over this,
If some
Makoto.
kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do
I
you
would
explain
remember.
the normal world we were living in up till then?
I couldn't forget something like that.
Maybe. Man, that's crazy. It's almost like there's all these
Consider
photos
the
and things of you
possibility
guys
that
being
you're
at school
mistaken about that?
that possibly, happened over a year ago.
She already told us that was Photoshop.
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
You just woke up a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Huh? 2 years ago?
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Wait, what? 2 years ago? What is that? Have you not put that together with all the stuff you've been finding? I mean, 2 years. Maybe you wouldn't get exactly 2 years, but.
To say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth.
She's got to pull out the hard hitter.
And the truth is,
The realist
everything is
Junko.
cause and
Yeah.
effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God.
Dang.
So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right?
No.
What are the memories I took from you?
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
What was it, go time?
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Anymore? That's implying you ever did.
That's darn right. Well, in the last trial, he did know that Kyoko did it.
True, yeah. Still, we have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us. What Junko says is true. If we first came here 2 years ago, the rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so. So the memories she took from us, the entire past, our lives at Hope's Peak, would make sense. Yeah, no, because you remember like your families and stuff from the outside, so it's not the entire past. It's obviously not, well, I mean, I guess it could technically be the tragedy, but it's your lives at Hope's Peak. That's what makes sense here.
I got it.
Yeah.
If we
Beautiful.
accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years. after coming to this school.
Nope. Nope. No, no, no. 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 I mean, no matter what anyone says,
True.
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Oh no, you're starting to make her angry, Makoto.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy. And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
Whoops.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life.
Wait, does that make you 23?
That's not possible!
I want to think that too. I don't want to believe it. But that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be possible. Or impossible. But if that's the truth, then we have to accept it.
Dark Makoto.
I want it to be possible. Oh, what are you giving me? Group photo, locker notebook, locker pocketbook. Okay.
2 years worth of
You got it?
memories.
I mean,
I
it's
could never lose something like that.
We've been
Probably one
living
of these
here
two.
for 2 years?
That one was the one that was like Despair Walks Among Us.
I haven't gone to any
Notebook
awesome school
is
events
the
or
one that had the
anything.
notes, like the class
Heck,
notes.
I've never even gone to a single class.
not true, dingus.
No, that's wrong. Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at.
I just conveniently decided to bring it up now.
This notebook
Yeah.
right here.
Perfectly timed to make you have more of a meltdown.
Writing written on it.
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor.
No, go a step further. You gave this to me.
You don't remember?
Whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Come
Is
on.
something wrong?
What's
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing! No! No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak. But somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine.
It's yours,
And the
Toko.
handwriting inside.
Yes!
You remember
There's
giving
no
it
doubt
to me?
about it. But just like Hero, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
You'll be alright.
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
I mean, if we're being honest, when you go to college, you usually end up coming out with 4 years of missing memories.
Yeah,
So
that's what I feel like.
this
yeah.
ain't that bad. That's
Just so desperately dark. The mystery solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here. Shit, man, I've never been to a funeral. Hell yes!
yeah, bro siding, Lord of the Broshin.
Such a positive outlook on life.
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Thank you, Monotone Toko.
Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind.
Yes!
Explaining stuff is boring.
She's so right.
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out.
I don't really think everyone does that. It's more just like Byakuya.
This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves. I'm sick of expositioning all this shit.
All right.
Figure out what?
Well, that was off to a great start.
No, I agree.
Figure it out for yourselves. Figure out what.
That's at the heart of all of this.
Sorry, that's really good.
Where our memories come apart. Oh god. Is she talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories? I can only think of one time. Just after I set foot in the main hall for the first time. And that was when I fainted. He fainted right after he came into the hall, right? There wasn't an entrance ceremony. Not when he got his acceptance letter. So it has to be.
I got it!
Yeah.
Yep, he's got it.
The moment I lost my memories, I can't think of any time other than that day.
On that day when mankind received a great reminder.
Mm-hmm.
When
The
I
feeling of
first
being
came
trapped
to
in
the
the cage.
gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall. When
Scream.
I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh?
Dang.
Um,
She's gonna
so
get
I
you,
don't know much
Makoto.
about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk.
You were sleeping.
I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof, gone. Which means, of course,
I like the way she said poof.
When everyone
Yeah.
met for the first time, it
She
wasn't
hit that thing.
actually for the first time.
That makes things a lot
Unaware of
worse,
this
which, like, we
fact,
kind of already
it
knew
took
that,
time
but...
to introduce yourselves to each other, but
By that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
Awesome.
Love you all so much.
Oh!
what?
She's a
Once
sad
your
drunk.
school life here began, I thought about you constantly.
Yeah, it's one of those like crazy I love you because like you give me purpose type beats.
Mm-hmm.
It's only
Joker a la
natural
Batman.
that I would fall in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
Ultimate despair? All mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay?
Okay.
Back to when everyone first came to this school.
Yeah.
What about it?
School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst.
Dang!
Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
Dang.
What are you?
Hmm? What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon.
Well, I hope you don't ever want any more context.
And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
It's just despair.
In other words,
That's it.
if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I
Honestly,
kind of want to get what they're going for.
Yeah, no, I dig it, kind of, honestly.
I just don't
I like it
understand
more
why.
because it's like what they said with some of the things earlier. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah,
All we
no.
need to know is that it's happened.
Something has happened. You really don't want to leave. You know that's
Yeah.
what you want here. You are the arc now, and everyone outside are the sinners.
Yeah.
So,
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway.
Yeah,
On
see?
to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story.
she flipped back to the one from before the tangent.
Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the
Imagine
78th
being
class
freshmen.
of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
Imagine being a high
Oh.
school freshman and you're the only people that survived out of your and like probably a couple of the staff, obviously, because the headmaster was still alive. But like, whew.
Yeah.
And then something super neat happened.
Oh,
And this is one of your classmates.
yeah. Enlighten us, Junko. What happened?
Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once.
Okay.
So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter.
Okay. Well, I inferred that part.
That's right.
Wait, what'd she say?
It was transformed into a shelter.
Well, there you go.
She said it twice! Okay. Wow.
Okay, I get why people like her so much.
Alright, I'm gonna go out and kill people with hammers.
Okay,
I'll do it.
She's convinced me. I'll beat people to death with hammers.
Now,
In the name of despair.
someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
Probably the headmaster. That's what Alter Ego said. Yeah, Alter Ego said the headmaster was behind
The
All of
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister of Japan. So Abe, actually, I don't know if he was Prime Minister back in the early 2000s. I don't think he was. The one who turned Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolated us here, who's a
I
headmaster.
got it! Could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
Aw, Kyoko.
He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside.
I just remembered what his password on his computer was.
That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake.
Oh, that
It's
image was hard.
laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows,
Dang.
the doors, all the exits.
I feel like we could have, like, maybe the top floor, we could have left the windows open.
Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
That's okay.
I feel like that one's directed right at Hero again.
I'm just sitting here like, obviously we didn't know. Obviously everybody's mind was wiped. But if you didn't know their minds were wiped, that's a really funny idea. Of like, you watch them just finish putting everything up on the wall, and then you see them again, and they're like, "Help! Get me out! Get me out!"
I don't know what happened. Help me!
After you finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
Only let us live, so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why
Well, why don't you tell me?
What the Mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world, that was all of you killing each other. Oh, Hangman? Oh, okay. Here's what I got. Hijack.
My name's not Jack.
It is now.
Oh.
Now I understand.
And see, now that your name's Jack, he understands.
You're
Me when I'm an
talking about
understander.
you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about.
Oh, thank goodness.
The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Aww.
Are you serious?
What happened to
Realizing
him?
the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Expelled them?
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the
Disgusting.
end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
And there's a
Whoa.
reason I chose you guys
Big Mac,
to
calm
survive
down.
when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too! Like right fucking now!
Truth. Full of despair. That's...
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless.
Dang.
I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
Meaningless?
Not a single one of them.
Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
Yep.
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
Calm down, Kyoko.
Oh.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
Oh, dang. It was like
Hero?
a tick.
We get it.
Yeah.
We get it, okay?
Hina?
You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us.
Me when I'm for
I'll do
serious.
anything. Just help me.
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself.
Can you prove
I don't
Australia
acknowledge
exists?
it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Say it in red.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another.
Crazy how that theme is something that's been in the past 2 games we've played, huh?
In other words, you're
So long as we
not
do these
unlike
murder mystery
Schrodinger's
things,
cat
they always
right
will
now.
be, I think.
Is that what you're saying?
That's also the joke. Anytime there's a visual novel, Schrodinger's cat will appear.
Yeah.
If so, what then?
Period.
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all gunners for sure.
Nah, not Big
I'm
Mac.
not lying about any of this.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
No!
Thanks, Rocker.
This isn't just some game to us. It's murder! Plain and simple. You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner. It's
Right,
all
guys?
your fault.
Oh my gosh.
Talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did you? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
Of course you did.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished.
Okay.
If even one of you votes to punish Hope,
okay.
well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
It's the prisoner's dilemma.
Even if
Kind
it's
of.
just one person?
Not quite.
It's like the very
Don't
depressed
worry,
prisoner
I
dilemma.
won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this.
Because you're thinking like that.
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
I'm not so sure, Makoto. I don't think you would right now.
Oh,
But
let's not look at
mention
Sakura's
one more
image.
thing. When I win to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
Oh no!
Yeah, huh? What?
You mean we just...
We'd have to just live here?
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait, was she saying we would be dead by daylight?
Wait a sec! I just got
that
hit
a
with
JoJo
an
reference?
inspiration bomb! Dying of old
New
age
DLC?
is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all! So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment!
She's just making it
I
up
wonder
as she
who it
goes
is.
now.
What? You can't
I wonder who the one person would be. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down!
Okay, slow down. Slow.
Makoto, you're up!
What? Oh, heck no!
causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
I thought you
Yay!
loved me.
Let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them.
Kill the guy who literally got us through all of this to the end, or be stuck here forever.
If a single person votes
Is she
for
gonna be
Hope
here with
to
us?
punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
I mean, she did say no more killing.
If, on the
So,
other hand,
yeah.
you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Sacrifice me? But that's...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished?
No.
Don't you have faith in your friends?
No, I mean, yes.
No, that's not it.
See?
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
She seems happy about it.
Yeah, she's chilling.
Guys? It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
I'm not so sure. I'm not...
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
the man standing emoji. Junko is killing me.
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope. And your stupid life.
The final vote. This is it. The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair? That's not really living at all!
Alright, let's see if we can figure this one out.
Group photo, locker, notebook, locker, pocketbook.
We won't give up.
Oh my god, it's so long.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
The dot dot dot?
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting. So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Oh, true. There is no hope left in this world. When you sleep, it's on a bed of despair. The world is in despair. You are in despair.
If I don't do something, everyone's gonna be consumed by despair! Okay.
Oh, it hurts this time.
Yep. You claim there's no hope left in the world, but if despair is contagious like you say, then so is hope! I'll use my own hope to plant seeds of hope inside everyone else!
We won't give up.
Okay.
As long as there's hope,
Okay.
we'll never give up.
Okay.
If I were to die,
I think I'm understanding what he's getting at.
that would be the end of Hope's
Maybe?
Peak Academy.
Maybe?
Don't
Yeah!
lose hope now.
Okay.
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. But to live means moving forward, right? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we?
Yeah, hero.
I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me. So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
We won't give up. As long as
Certainly
there's
it
hope,
can't be this easy.
we'll never give up.
If I
What do
were
you
to
mean?
die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way,
The air
Yeah.
outside is
totally the only reason we're okay.
is thanks to the air.
Don't lose hope now.
I've been thinking about all this. And I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do?
Good answer. She'd kill herself.
WWSD.
You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm. That sounds like something she'd say, right?
It does.
No. I think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why yeah! I've made up my mind!
We
I feel like
won't give
Byakuya
up.
might be a problem.
Think
As
so?
long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
That would be the end.
I decide.
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air purifier. Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
if I
Okay.
die,
The purifier, in other words,
The communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Yeah.
Don't
Man,
lose hope
indeed.
now.
What's Genocide Jill's motivator gonna be?
I don't care.
I
either
guess
way.
one of two
I'm fine with
things.
Whichever one is more interesting.
Well,
Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it.
honestly, probably for the best that she's her right now rather than Toko.
Yeah. Toko being like, you're all crazy.
Yeah.
Master has to come along with us.
We won't give
That
up.
was gonna be my guess for
We
the
gotta be a
motivation.
little
As long as
crazy
there's
to go
hope,
on this
we'll
route.
never give up.
If I were to die,
We gotta be a little crazy to have hope.
That would be the end.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want if I die. In other words, the communal life you've all been. I can keep on living as long as I have my master's love.
That's all you
you'll
need.
have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
And none of your family who are all dead.
Don't lose hope
Yeah.
now.
Now, I did notice that that Kyoko's ellipses were not shootable. So,
Interesting.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous.
come on, where's that tough guy at?
It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair.
There he is.
Don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you.
There he is.
I know you couldn't.
I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the Mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive. So
He's not
until
the
I can
progeny
restore the
anymore.
Togami family and bring it greater
He's
glory
the
than
inheritor.
ever known,
We won't give up.
Oh,
As long
goodness,
as there's
okay.
hope, we'll never give up.
If I were
It's
to
playing
die,
the
He's
main
playing the
theme.
theme.
Yeah.
that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to
I'm
have
gonna let
faith
this
in
one play.
myself.
Yeah.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
I can keep on living as long as I have my master's love.
One of these is not like the
All of you
others.
will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
I already said I would claim the Mastermind's life, by whatever means necessary.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Now,
Shinjaiba.
Don't lose
Yeah,
hope
you had
now.
to go
Get
through everybody else first.
okay.
Yep.
Break!
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that.
If I don't know
We
nothing
don't
else,
actually know
I
anything.
know that's
Does
right.
that mean we can't understand? Could it be that... No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely.
Say it.
You came here to bring down the ultimate despair.
Say his true title.
You came here to confront despair without ever giving up.
Say his name.
And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
What do you think, everyone?
Like mother, like daughter.
What the hell are you?
Sorry! That...
What?
Just the interjection of the ultimate hope has been added to the truthful section of your handbook.
Yes.
Cool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other.
You're all cringe!
At the end of the day, the ultimate fashionista slips through.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
Makes me think of Leon. Stupid, 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 stupid.
I'm not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but still. But I still.
Get ready.
Yep.
Don't forget spacebar's your button.
Yep.
You suck!
She's got a lot of HP. Oh gosh.
You dare to stand
Oh,
against
gosh.
us?
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Woo! Oh, okay. Dang.
Gross.
Okay, I'm
Suffer
gonna.
from despair.
I was gonna say, yeah, you use it. You don't have to use the bar all at once.
You suck.
I don't think.
So uncool. You're unbearable. Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Okay.
Would you like to die?
Yeah, you outlasted her special meter.
You're gross. Suffer
Your
from
special meter's
despair.
back to full.
Everything
Okay.
is pointless.
Thank you.
Yep, I'm paying attention.
Suffer from despair. I just love despair. Suffer from despair. No. No.
Oh, oh, oh.
Make sure you got the right one.
Far
Okay.
Into tomorrow.
Hope keeps on going.
Shoo! My heart is beating.
I refuse
Yeah, you're doing
to
alright
give
though.
up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away.
That second one was kind of weird, but
I refuse.
Well,
to
because she always did the
despair.
thing where she was like, I got bored.
Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on?
What's happening?
the power of friendship, Junko.
That's it.
Oh, 16 phases.
Alright, all that 4. We're done.
Oh, I get mono coins?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's like an alternate mode
I think it may be time to vote.
where you can just do people's social links.
Good.
I think.
I'm
Don't
ready
quote
to
me on
go.
that.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing. With our own hands.
Ready? Dum, dum.
This one is the only one I think I've ever been ready for.
Wee, wee.
The hell?
Indeed.
I was gonna say, is this voiced or not?
Yo. You've lost, Junko.
I lost?
I lost? Me? No way.
Well, that's just...
It can't be!
Um...
You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem.
What the heck?
But there's no use trying to fight it now.
Well, that's just... totally the best!
Uh-oh. Huh?
So this is despair.
This is despair. We came to this school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for it.
And now I...
To come this far and fail at the very end?
True despair.
It's the most ultimately ultimate despair.
What are you talking about?
And now I...
Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately. This once-in-a-lifetime experience. It is my first and last colossal despair, here at the moment of death. To have the chance to taste of the highest grade despair, the utter failure of my dreams.
True despair.
Ah, I am so hopelessly happy right now.
Huh?
Wait, is she enjoying this?
Anyway,
Anyway, so are you prepared to admit defeat?
You think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing.
Totally the best!
Outside is only despair, inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you.
That's not true.
Not possible.
You're wrong.
Huh?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Let me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair.
Okay.
Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope.
Yeah, Mukuro totally seduced us over to his side. Thanks.
Everyone!
Hey,
You said that despair is as contagious as any disease,
however,
but the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us to see how true that is. Kyoko!
No.
Stop it! Stop! I hate those faces you're making. To see those awful looks causes me nothing but pain.
There's one last thing.
Fine, let me just say one last thing. If you guys want to get all hung up on the word hope, that's no skin off my nose. But just be warned. From this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide. Maybe you'll find some hope, but there's a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope?
Of course! Because we...
It's fine, it's fine.
Shut up, shut up! That was a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue! I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right?
it can't be.
Do you really intend to go through with this?
That was the agreement, right?
Hold on! It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to...
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all! All I want now is to taste that despair of death that you only get once in a life. So...
Don't get in my way!
So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful. Even a tenth of this despair, even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
And that's how everything came to an end. The final class trial. Junko Inoshima. The ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy. It was all over.
And now a little epilogue.
Oh, I got the Monokuma hair tie present.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to save the data game. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifiers turned off. Just like Junko said, they shut off immediately. That was the only difference. Goodbye, Despair High School. Epilogue. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We were stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But in the end,
Hey,
we can't just stand around like this forever. At some point, we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence.
Makoto.
Makoto, would you do the honors? Okay. As if awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko. And in the end, she dropped it before us.
So,
But is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words,
I will force you out. She said that just before dropping that. It makes sense that it would be our way out of here.
But you never know. Maybe it's actually a switch that's gonna make the school self-destruct. I mean, Junko never said specifically that she'd let us leave here alive.
it's true.
You may be right about that.
Maybe!
Yes.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true. There's nothing to worry about.
My beautiful
If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors and jam him so far up.
Welcome back, Toko.
Hey, where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind?
We did it, Toko! We won!
Toko, you're dead.
Yeah! It's all over. We're just about to leave the school.
What? Leave? We can go outside? Then that means me and Master can get married? That could have happened inside. And then he'll give me a little jewel of a baby?
That's enough.
Please stop. That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far.
Anyway,
Don't worry. I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem.
but
It's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about.
But, you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks
For serious?
maybe when we get out there, we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. And on the other side of this door is a world as peaceful as we remember.
A lie. Peaceful as we remember. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live.
Yeah, I guess so.
And how do I put this? Unlike this school, the world is really big, right? Since it's so big, I'm sure there must be some despair no matter what. But there also has to be lots of hope, right?
In other words,
The act of searching for hope, to try and find it. That by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward no matter what trouble you may fall into.
am I wrong?
Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there were still others out there who hadn't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Togami dynasty. I'll go with you. I'll follow you anywhere you want to go.
You got it.
Well, my first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I can
Oh,
figure out the
no.
rest from there.
Who's gonna tell her? And what are you gonna do if there are no more donut shops? Or donuts?
Make them.
Okay.
I'll just get... Dang. I'll just get some flour and bake some myself. And if there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat.
And... oh. Oh! I get it now. If there's no road, you just gotta build one. Creation. Fate is telling me to remake the world.
Could it be?
That's my hope.
How about that?
I've reached the next stage! The next chapter of Yasuhiro Hagakure's life story is about to begin!
Woo!
Thanks, Hina! You totally opened my eyes.
Hey, personal space, buddy. You're seriously creeping me out.
Makoto,
Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone, even if the world is steeped in despair, as long as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. If we can get out there and do something, have some sort of impact. But what can we do? There's so few of us, and we're so small. So what can we do? No. We can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything!
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know.
The ultimate tsundere.
I can't guarantee
Yeah.
I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
I don't know
More
why,
like the
but
ultimate soon,
I
really.
have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me, and the others, I guess.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
It looks like hope really is spreading. As long as I never give up. I have to push even harder. I'm gonna keep moving forward with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can show courage. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. The door began to open. With my hands, with our hands. Hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. It's kind of bright.
What's it gonna look like on the other side?
Holy moly. Are we even gonna see? Is there a point to seeing? I feel like the point's kind of not to see.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go. Huh. Well.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's Danganronpa 1. Trigger Happy Havoc.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, isn't it?
It is. I'm assuming
Oh
these
my
are
gosh.
all of their
Mukuro Ikusaba,
Japanese VAs.
the 16th student. Yeah, it is.
I was about to say, because those do not sound like Western names.
Mm-mm. I was really hoping it would have said Monokuma himself.
Huh.
Yeah. Thoughts? Oh, dang. I remember that picture.
I enjoyed how it ended.
Mm.
I was afraid it wasn't going to end the way it did for a moment.
Yeah?
I was afraid they were all gonna die.
Nope. Only by thrusting you into the deepest, darkest pit of despair can you have the absolute most bestest, awesomest hope.
Which is the opposite of the most horrible, awful, worst thing.
Mm.
Ah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm at peace. I can accept that ending.
Mm. You got all the answers revealed at last.
Yeah.
For the most part.
All the important answers.
Mm. Chime Corp. There's something else I was gonna mention. Oh yeah. Now you just gotta get ready for Danganronpa 2.
Yeah.
Which I remembered. The subtitle is Goodbye Despair.
Oh.
With a title like that, it can only be good, right?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Sure.
Mm-hmm. But also, where does the story go from here?
Yeah. I mean,
Columbius.
Junko did say that there will be plenty of other despairs in the world.
That's more for the spin-off.
Yeah.
The fish!
The fish!
Yeah.
That is one of the weirdest things that happened in the whole thing, was Hifumi actually just coming back to life briefly.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, poor Celeste. She about might have got away with that one, if not for that.
Well, I'm glad they all made it through. But gosh dang if Hiro didn't try to not.
Yeah, he is definitely the odd one out. In fairness, he and Hina both are the odd ones out.
Yeah.
At least in terms of any critical thinking skill whatsoever.
Yeah.
Toko also probably shouldn't have been around.
Well, yeah, but Genocide Jill's the reason she got out.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah. I still do think it's really wild that when you launch the game, it shows you that execution, and it's supposed to be like, oh, we're setting the tone, this is what the game's gonna be like, and you're like, oh, that's cool, that's funny, it's just kind of showing the tone, and then later it's like, no, that was plot important, that was the headmaster.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
man.
What the heck, Bill Kavanaugh.
Ultimate despair.
Mm-hmm.
Enoshima.
Unforgettable antagonist, that's for sure. The the consequences of Junko Enoshima. Or
That's
was
it.
it's the
No,
effects.
that's all you gotta say. That's not.
Yeah. The effects of Junko Enoshima have been a disaster on a lot of things, really.
Spike turns off.
That's them. There's a
All right.
post-credit scene, though.
Oh.
Or at least I think there should be. Yeah.
Somehow. Monokuma returned? Question mark.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster.
Dun dun dun!
I received the Easter egg present.
Yeah.
All's well that ends well. ... That's the achievement for beating the game. Sure.
Yep.
21 saves. School mode. What if
Yes.
type play mode? That was question
think
marks,
that's-
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Before
I think that's the one I think where you can do like just social links.
Yeah. I might
If
do
you
that.
just want to do it without the pressure of everything else.
But I would do it on my
Wow, look at that.
What a perfect ending.
Except look who it is.
Yeah. Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student at Hope's Peak. The ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Yeah! Now, but are we sure that's right though? Because I don't think we fully exhausted the numbers theory.
I knew you were gonna say that at the end of all this. I knew it was gonna come back around. Oh.
All right.
Well. What are we doing for the rest of the week? Produce it.
Tuesday, Dark Souls 2 continues. Sorcery only. Wednesday, podcast episode talking about horror subclasses. Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, we're taking break. We're starting our break until Colossal Con's over.
Yep.
So let me take a look. So that'd be
It would be
1,
Thursday,
2,
Sunday, wouldn't it?
3, and the following Thursday.
Yeah, not including Colossal Con. Yeah, that would be Thursday, Sunday, and then should be Colossal Con, right? Or am I
Yeah.
crazy? Yeah, no,
No, that's right, yeah. And then it's just a question of are we going to even try to stream on the Sunday post Colossal Con?
Oh, we can talk about
I don't know. Yeah.
But regardless,
So, Dangan will be taking a break.
yep, about a 2-week break, roughly. Maybe a 1.5-week break.
Yeah.
And then we'll see you again in those few weeks with Danganronpa 2.
Yeah. For the ones before Colossal Con, I'll probably try to just fill it up with Dark Souls 2 for however long that'll take me.
Okay.
So long as I'm available, but I should be still. Yeah.
Alright. And that gives VOD watchers time to catch up.
Exactly. Catch up. Get ready for the second one.
Yep.
It's important.
Alright. Well, that's it. Game's over. I'm satisfied. I have like a sense of peace right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope.
Maybe a little bit of hope.
What was your favorite Junko?
My favorite Junko, after all that. I liked real Junko. I liked monotone Junko.
Oh, the cool one
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
awesome pose.
Cool Junko, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, when you said a real one at first, I thought it was just the forward-facing one.
Facing man standing emoji Junko.
What? Yeah. What?
Yeah. Now that sounds hopeful. That. All right. Well, I guess we'll see all of you
The movie's over.
next time.
Go home.
Bye-bye.
Puhuhu.